And now for something completely different.
Hey guys, it's Becca and Dallas and Nick with 90-Second Nerd, and we are doing our second out-of-character gameplay.
Beagle number 2.
That's right. And we are doing Wingspan with the Oceania Expansion.
Oceania.
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 So...
Oceania, not Oceania.
Guys, I think it's just Oceania.
Whatever. Says pendulum.
Why'd you have to bring that up? So, okay. So, Wingspan, super popular game. Was sold out everywhere whenever it came out. It looks like it's not going away anytime soon. There's been a couple of expansions.
Knocking out the expansions. Every continent's getting their own. We've taken the European expansion out for this play to simplify a little bit. But I have to keep the purple eggs. I like the purple eggs. They're my favorite.
And the purple tray.
Yeah, the purple tray. I mean, why not, right? Yeah. Purple's kind of our thing anyway. So,
yeah.
In fact, I would say I like purple as much as red and blue combined.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't know what was happening there. All right.
That was drum noises.
Oh, I got it. Yeah, got it. Okay.
So, why do you guys think this game is so popular?
I think it's two things: components, artwork, and theme.
Great counting.
Yeah.
No,
I think the components are like all Stonemaier titles. I think they're great. They're obviously top notch. The artwork is really good. I mean that's another I think hallmark of Stonemaier games is artwork, but I just really like this one. As far as art goes, probably the best of all the Stonemaier games.
I feel like anytime you get a Stonemaier game, it's like John Hammond had a hand in it and spared no expense. Spared no expense. They don't mess around. They don't skimp on their games. But I think one of the big things that has made this game so long, it hasn't been out long enough to call it long lasting, but the draw of it is that it's really accessible and it appeals to people who aren't gamers necessarily. The typical tabletop crowd.
Yeah, I mean it's not about trains or farming or ninjas or any of that.
Or farming ninjas.
Or farming ninjas.
Or from a train.
From a train.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean this is something if I wanted to have my mom play a engine builder and I don't know what it's like gizmos or something, I don't think that she'd be too attracted to that. But if I was like, there's a game about like observing and watching and collecting birds, I think she'd be much more likely to engage with something like that.
Which is interesting because like I think to your modern gamer, if you said, hey, I've got a game about observing and collecting birds, they'd just kind of be like, okay. That doesn't sound exciting. So you've got to add the Stonemaier touch to it to put it, I don't know, to put it on the table for those players as well.
Yeah, and I think that's where the gameplay itself comes in. I think that you have the thematic elements of having the bird and the art and the pastel eggs and cute components and all of those, like the birdhouse. But I mean, strip all of that away and just look at the mechanisms of the game, and you have a really good engine building game. And that's why I think it appeals to both gamers and non-gamers alike.
It's interesting you say it because a couple of times when I've played this, you can definitely play this game and pretend it's not an engine builder completely, which I think adds an interesting element to it. Like, yeah, they're engine building part of it, but you can win by getting good high point birds and kind of using that as your strategy. You don't necessarily, some games you get a really cool engine going. It doesn't even matter if you win or lose because you're just so happy with what you've been able to create and collect. But there are other games where it's just like, I need to get these birds. My engine's terrible, but I can still make something happen with it. And I think that is an interesting element.
Yeah, I think that kind of, it helps whenever you get a bad hand. Like whenever you start, if you have a bad starting hand, you can, there's more than one path to victory. Like so, I mean, you can go for high point birds. You can go for the birds that give you eggs every time someone else takes another action or something. So I think there's given that there's multiple ways to score points without it being a point salad, really helps in the appeal as well.
Well, yeah, and you bring up a good point, too, that there's high replayability of this game, too, because there's multiple different ways to win. That's probably why they've had success with the 2 expansions as well. You can play it over and over again. One of the things that I really like about it and why I think it appeals to so many people is because it's easy to teach. And it's pretty simple to learn, too. Most of the people that we've taught this game to have picked it up pretty fast. And, yeah.
And part of the replayability comes from just there are so many birds. Like I could play this game 4 times in a row and not see all the birds.
Mm-hmm.
And especially every expansion that comes out, it just brings in more. And it's weird how many birds we're familiar with, almost. Like,
right.
You see them, you're like, oh, I love this bird.
Right.
And I don't often think about loving birds.
What is your favorite bird?
Probably big.
Right. I don't think he's in this one. Maybe they'll
yet.
have a Sesame Street expansion.
Wingspan Sesame Street. Make it happen.
What about you, Nick? What's your favorite bird?
My favorite bird? So strangely enough, one of our starting cards here, the American Goldfinch, hopefully that's in frame, I actually have a drawing of an American Goldfinch in my office, a sketch that a friend did. So I don't know if I'd say it's my favorite bird, but it's at least a bird that I have more than, it's a bird I have a sketch of in my office.
There's a
well, that's something.
No, oh, grackles.
Okay.
No, for our longtime fans, grackles. You get that.
Well, I'd have to say that mine's a hummingbird. I love the little hummingbirds that are in our garden every so often. And then if I had to choose an Oceania bird, it'd probably be the kookaburra.
Yeah, I've heard that you can actually make a kookaburra noise.
Stop.
I want. Okay.
Well, you know, it's called a laughing kookaburra because they sound kind of like a laugh, and I'm gonna totally do it wrong. But
okay,
I'll try.
Let me close my eyes. I'm in the outback.
Yeah, kookaburra. Wow.
I totally messed it up. I'm so sorry for any kookaburra fans out there. That was
you
totally
just
not.
Offended the entire Pacific
offended
Islands.
all. Yeah, it sounds like a laugh. Well, I mean, what you do your favorite bird call?
I do a couple different bird calls. I've got my classic whistle that's.
Oh.
But then I also do a decent peacock, which I've actually gotten the attention of the peacocks at the Oklahoma City Zoo doing the peacock.
Really?
Also sounds a little bit like Kevin from Up, which is fantastic. Nick, you have any bird calls that you do regularly?
It's a woodpecker.
Nice.
If you have never experienced a woodpecker making that sound, like, it will wake you up out of your sleep. Like,
As opposed to waking you up out of something else.
Yeah. Like, I don't know. If you're in a coma, I don't know. But no, man, it's not that it's so loud, it just kind of reverberates. Is that the right word?
Nope.
What am I trying to say?
Reverberates.
Yes, that. Like, it's just a weird, like, sound that just will wake you up. It's so odd. But yes, woodpecker.
Okay.
Okay.
That's okay.
I'm gonna quit trying to use big words.
So I haven't played this yet. You guys have both played this several times with the new expansion. What do I need to know? What's different? I'm assuming everyone in the world knows how to play Wingspan. What's different and new in this game?
So, in my opinion, the most important new aspect to this expansion are the yellow eggs. So the yellow eggs don't do anything except be yellow. All right, so you do get yellow eggs. That's just another color that they add. Really, to me, the biggest change is the nectar. And I'll try to get one in frame. Get a couple there. If I can do it awkwardly. So the nectar ultimately acts as a wild resource. So If you have a bird that requires 2 fish and you only have 1, but you have a nectar, you can play one of the nectars to act as another fish. And really, the expansion rule book goes into a pretty interesting, at least I think it's interesting, explanation as to why they added nectar to this expansion, and it's because...
Right, because you mentioned hummingbird is your favorite bird. I mean, I associate nectar with hummingbird.
Yeah.
Like that's hand in hand. Wing and wing.
Wing and wing.
So apparently Australian trees produce a lot of nectar or flowers or something. There's more nectar in Australian plant life because it is hot and dry or soil conditions.
How do you know that, Nick?
I just said I read it in the expansion rule book.
Okay.
How dare they try to educate us in a game?
I read it.
That's another thing I actually really like about this game. It's educational.
It is that. Yes, so there is nectar, there are yellow eggs. There are also cards, and I'll just hold it up to this camera here, rotate over, that have game end points. Now, there was in-game scoring before with the round bonuses, but the game end birds will... well, give you points at the end of the game.
Or different abilities too. Like this one gives you extra eggs at the end of the game based on everything you've built. So it kind of gives you a...
It's like having a
target
goal.
Cool.
Yeah.
Cool.
It also includes not wingless birds, flightless birds. So your emus, ostriches, maybe.
Cassowary.
Yes. So
no ostriches in this one though, right?
Probably not. No penguins. Yeah, no penguins in Australia.
Because penguins are on almost every continent, right?
I don't know about penguins enough.
Someone let us know in the comments. I think they're on almost every continent. Like they're on the bottom tip of South America, the bottom tip of Africa, they're in Antarctica, right?
I have no idea.
Jenny's giving me kill signs, like I'm way off. I thought they were everywhere.
I don't know.
One could wish.
Zoos. If you count zoos, penguins are on every continent.
They're very cute.
Yeah, so we started talking about penguins for some reason. Flightless birds.
Flightless birds.
Yes, there are flightless birds. In there, they are designated by an asterisk. And there are ways that they interact whenever you have to judge a bird by its wingspan.
Right, you said that they count as a wild towards fulfilling like
goals.
the predators that eat a certain wingspan.
Yeah, and if you're trying to arrange in ascending or descending order, they're wild.
Okay.
Yeah.
And you said that they're marked with an asterisk, and that reminds me of most of Becca's wins when we play board games.
Not true.
I have to go home with her, so I'm not. Yeah. So, so we've talked about the birds. There's something like 95 new birds. There's nectar. There's yellow eggs. There are new end-round scoring. So, for example, hopefully I get that in. This is the beak pointing left. So you'll want to have...
that feels very, very Oceania, right? 20... I guess it's just based on the art, how they chose to do it.
Mm-hmm.
Well, the flip side is right. Okay. So,
I feel that's a little bit political. I'm not sure I want that in my games.
Yeah, keep politics out. No. So there also new dice, new boards.
Oh, yeah. New boards.
Yep. So
new dice throughout.
Yeah. So one of the new things on the dice is that you can actually roll a nectar. And so that it replaces the dice in the base game. Also, new boards. And hopefully that is not glaring or anything, but there are new boards, and there are sections where you can spend your, whenever you use nectar, you keep it here. And at the end of the game, whoever has the majority in each habitat will get 5 points, and the second place will get 2 points.
Cool.
The new boards also include spaces where you can reset the tray, the food tray, or you can reset the cards available. So it does help kind of clear out bad rolls, bad cards, bad draw. It gives you a little more options.
Looks like it gives you a couple more options too in the converting resources instead of.
Yeah, especially down in the wetlands, they've actually included nectar as one of the resources that you could trade in to get cards.
Cool.
So
Okay.
yeah, I think those are the big differences that stood out. I will say that oceanic birds are a lot cooler looking than the ones, at least in the base game. We didn't play with the European birds, I don't think, last time.
Yep.
But
Well,
yeah.
are you guys ready to play?
I am, but first I have to ask you, what is up with the cowboy hat?
Well, so I realized that a lot of popular video podcast and video cat YouTubers, board game YouTubers, have a hat shtick, right?
What?
So most of them use like a trilby or something, like they've got a hat that they wear all the time. Like I think they sleep in it, maybe shower in it. It's just their hat. So I'm
Please don't
trying
shower
it
in
out.
that.
Oh, well, I just won't shower. You know, it's me. This hat and me, we're the same now. So I think I'm going to try it out, see if it increases the likes, the views.
Okay.
I feel like it's connected. I feel like it's connected.
I like it. I'm going to give you a like for it. It's very
Appreciate it.
oaky.
That might be the first of our videos you've liked. So-
Stop it. Okay. We ready to play?
Let's make it happen.
All right.
Wait, before we
So-
start,
Oh,
I do want to point out that I wore a bird shirt. So just make
look at
sure
you.
that I'm getting this in camera.
Oh, a little St. Louis love
Yes.
there too.
So
Okay.
I did wear a bird shirt for those that follow the baseball, sports ball world.
sports balls.
I didn't.
I did not either.
Yeah.
I wasn't.
Well.
Yeah. Good job, Nick.
Maybe next time you could let us know.
I'm going to get a bonus point because I'm going to be the one keeping score. So I will give myself a bonus point for bird shirt.
Okay. Let's get started.
Okay.
All right. Let's go ahead and get started. So, what are you doing? Dallas is loving the
highlighting-
nectar.
He is highlighting the only difference in setup is that everyone starts with the nectar.
Okay, yep. So everyone starts with the nectar in setup. And it's worth noting that we have already chosen our in-game cards, our goals. So these little cards right here, we've already chosen those. And then we've already drafted our birds because we did that ahead of time because some of us tend to get analysis paralysis. So AP. So, all right. So I won the first player
Is that winning?
Contest?
Is that a contest? Okay.
I get to go first.
Because you have most
It was a feat of
recently
strength.
licked a bird. Right? I
Gross.
think that's the rules.
Yeah.
Most recently licked a bird.
You know. Okay, so the very first thing that I am going to do is I am going to play a bird. So the bird that I'm going to play is an osprey. You won't be able to see this probably, but I am going to go ahead and put that bird in the wetlands and pay a fish to put him there.
I'm going to play a bird as well. I'm going to play my murder buck. And I'm going to put it in the prairie. So, I will pay a worm for that because I can pay either one.
Okay, I am also going to gain food. I will take a rat.
I will gain food as well, and I am going to choose a berry. Can I choose a nectar from this?
Mhm.
Okay, then I'll choose that instead.
Why would you ever choose the berry
I'm not
if
certain.
the nectar is wild?
Yeah.
Well, okay, so for one example of why you would want to do that, if a card, okay, let's,
Oh, like the cash.
yeah, so, yeah, and if, like the activation, so let's say that you had to play a specific food to activate a card. You can't use a nectar to activate a special activation.
That makes
You'd
sense.
have to use a specific. So if something was activated by a berry, you'd want a berry rather than the nectar.
Okay.
Cool. I'm playing another bird. My red-breasted nuthatch. Nuthatch. Nuthatch? Nuthatch. I don't know. Playing in the forest for a wheat. I feel like I'm killing it already. 2 birds in. They're way behind.
All right. I'm going to play a bird that will cost me a nectar and 2 rats. And I am playing the golden eagle.
Ooh.
In the,
Nice.
the grasslands. No, not the terminology that they use.
Getting that Ed early. That
Yeah.
is strong.
Yeah.
I no longer feel as confident about my 2 birds. Immediately feel less confident, in fact.
I'm going to be tucking a lot of birds.
Yeah, you shut up.
All right, I need to lay an egg.
Okay. I will. I'm out of birds, but that's the only thing I don't have any place for. I'm gonna get some eggs. I'm gonna get 2 eggs, not those. That yellow. I'm sorry, it's not attractive. It's not an attractive yellow. It's
The back of the box made it look like they were gold.
shiny golden eggs.
I thought they would be more gold, but they're just straight up lemon yellow.
I like the yellow better than
Taupe.
the nougat.
That is the
ones.
same color as our walls.
That
I'm gonna say, you lose that if you hold it up.
I do feel like that is an authentic egg color, though. Looks like the eggs that we eat, like the brown ones. I don't know.
So and then I activate my killdeer so I can discard an egg in order to draw 2 birds. So that is expensive. Good. I'm going to go 2 blind because those are all really expensive and they scare me. And that is it.
Okay. I'm going to get 2 eggs. I'm going to take the yellow ones just because y'all are being mean. I can only place 1, so I'm only going to take 1.
We also play yellow. Like that's your
Yeah,
go-to color.
I play yellow. And then so my golden eagle, I look at a card from the deck, and if it's under 100 centimeters, which it is, oh, and look at that, it's a grackle, and it gets eaten.
They're eating your favorite bird.
Yeah. So tuck that.
All right, I'll play another bird. I am going to play my maned duck in the wetlands, and I'm going to pay for it with my nectar. And instead of placing your nectar back into the bank, you place your nectar on the side of your board, and that will be counted at the end of the game. That's something that's different.
Cool. I am going to gain food. So I'll get 2 from the feeder. I will take a nectar.
I need to pay my eggs.
And I will take a worm. What is this? What is that random wheat? Are you stockpiling stuff over here already?
That's my wheat.
Uh-huh.
That's my
And
wheat.
that, friends, is why she always wins with an asterisk.
No, it's mine.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
I promise it's legit mine.
Gain a wheat from the supply and
Not my
cash it
wheat.
on this card, but there's
Okay.
not... Oh, from the supply. That's right. I was
Okay.
confused.
I'm going to go ahead and call for a new roll.
Because there's only 1 fish left. There's only 1.
Okay. I'm going to gain food, and I will take just 1 of the nectars. It doesn't matter which.
It does. They're different.
It just doesn't matter.
I'm
what.
going to go ahead and... Are you finished? I'm sorry.
He's done.
I'm good.
Okay.
Yes.
I'm going to go ahead and play another bird. And I am playing a spotted towhee. Are you wanting to show it?
Yep. There you go.
Okay. So I'm paying my lone wheat. Putting him there. I'm going to put him in the grasslands.
I am playing a bird in the forest, an eastern whip bird in the forest. So this costs me an egg and a worm and a thingy. Wheat, that's what it is. But I'm going to use the nectar for that. Now, I said that sentence like I was going to continue, but I had nothing else to say. I apologize.
Okay. I'm going to get food again, and I'll take the other nectar. So it didn't matter. And that's it.
Okay, so I am going to, I don't have any cards, so I'm going to go ahead and get some cards. I'm going to play this here. It looks like I have the option to either draw 2 cards from here or blindly, or I can trade a nectar or and I can trade an egg or a nectar to gain another card. Since I have neither of those, I'm just going to draw 2 cards.
I'm going to take
from there or there.
We have an immediately when played, gain 3 wheat.
Okay.
This one is when activated, all players gain a nectar from the supply, and you also gain wheat. This one is when played, draw 1 bonus card for each bird in your prairie. Keep 1, discard the rest.
Okay.
But they're also very expensive birds.
Those are all when played birds.
2 out of 3.
They're, yeah, 2 out of 3. Sorry. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and draw 2 blind, I think. And then I will move this down here. Whenever I activate this card, I can tuck up to 3 of my cards from my hand. And if I tuck at least 1, I can gain a wheat from the supply. So I'm going to go ahead and tuck 1 card behind this. And it's worth noting that tucked cards are worth 1 point at the end of the game. And I am going to get a wheat. Now I'm going to move down to here. Whenever I activate this card, which is my Osprey, all players gain a fish from the supply. You're welcome.
Yes. I don't know if there's anything better in this game than when other people give you free stuff.
Resources.
That's my favorite.
Wasn't on purpose.
All right, I'm going to get eggs again, so I get 2 eggs. But I'm going to immediately spend 1 by activating my killdeer to discard an egg and draw 2 birds. That's my turn.
Okay. I'm going to play a bird. And I will apologize in advance to all of our oceanic friends when I mispronounce this, but it looks like Tui. There it is. It is a, let's see, its wingspan is 42 centimeters, but I'm going to play it here. Costs 2 nectars and a worm. So I'll put my nectars on the side and worm there. And it allows me to copy a brown power on 1 bird in the forest of the player to your left, which is somebody that doesn't have any forest birds. So I wanted to show that card off.
Very nice. That's a good card.
All right.
You should never build in the forest. Just so he never gets to use that card. It'd be funny. For both of you.
Okay. Well,
I like when I get the new cards. It's fun. It's like it's like opening a pack of cards, baseball cards or something. Oh, am I kidding? I don't collect baseball cards. It's like opening a pack of Marvel Fleer Ultra or Skybox cards, and you get the rare foil card in it. It's the new card. It's exciting.
it's very exciting. I'm very excited for you. I'm going to play a bird. I put my thing there. And it's a Regent Bowerbird. This is, actually, will you show him? He's really pretty.
Where are you going
He's
to play?
part of the expansion.
Because you don't have any eggs. You got to play in the forest.
This is a common theme. I always forget about eggs. So I'm going to have to play him in the forest. Yeah, I had 1 egg
Yeah,
and then I played that
So you've
one.
given him an ability now.
I'm sorry. That was not on purpose.
I asked you not to do.
I'm the group auditor.
It's true.
Accurate.
It's true.
Accurate. Okay. I will be...
Oh, and I needed to pay something for him. I'll pay my wheat.
You did. That's also true.
Yeah.
Okay. I am going to get food. I need worm and... Oh, this was dumb. Well, it wouldn't matter. I'll take another worm. And I'm going to give up a card so I can roll again.
What are you rolling?
I'm giving up a card to
draw
another food, so
Okay.
I can roll, get whatever I want.
Okay.
AKA nectar. I want this nectar specifically.
Okay, I'm gonna be nice to
And
you.
then I get to do this.
I'm going to be
Yes.
nice to you. At the end of each round, if your nectar is not used, you have to give it away.
Oh, nice to tell you. You tell me that when there's one action left. That's
So-
she's gonna be nice to me and tell me the rules.
I
That's
thought
good to
that
know.
Nick went over
Good to
that,
know.
but
Well, here's the thing.
I saw you grab the nectar and I was like, I bet he doesn't know that.
Yeah, I don't.
I thought we already told you.
Good
I'm sorry.
to know. This, just for that, because you helped me out, this one I get to choose another player and we both gain a week from the supply.
Oh, so are you choosing me?
I'm choosing you. Thank you for telling me the rules to play the game. Appreciate that. Also, gain a week from supply and cash it on this card.
I honestly thought you already knew that, but then I saw you grab another nectar and I was like, he doesn't know.
I have more nectar. Why not?
Okay. Your turn.
I'm actually glad that you brought that up because I was about to take nectar. Forgetting. I completely forgot that. Yes, you cannot carry over.
Easy to
nectar
forget.
from round to round.
Don't forget.
Well, I'm gonna have to take food. And I will take. I'm gonna take the worm, and I'm going to take. I'm sorry. I'm gonna take the wheat. Okay, and then activate this, which allows me to copy a power, which she only has one, which is when activated, choose one other player. You both gain a worm. Well, if I'd known that, I would have taken the worm. Okay, I will give Dallas a worm. Since,
What?
well, I forgot a rule. Feel bad.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, that's it. That's it.
Let's see about that. Okay. I am going to go to get some eggs. Lay in some eggs.
It's one of my favorite things, playing third player with a married couple. Always interesting.
Nick's in trouble later. He did not give me that worm. Okay, then whenever I activate this little guy, he gives me a wheat from the supply.
Well, since I know I need to spin this, I think I'll spin this. And I will summon. I will summon my gray butcher bird. This is awesome. Killdeer, butcher bird. This is the best lineup ever. So I'm going to spin 2 of these thingies, nectar, and 1 rat.
It's like
Where's your-
Bird
where's the-
Gloomhaven.
Yeah.
Okay.
This is an interesting power.
What is it?
Yeah, so it's this kind of the same as his, where he kills anything smaller than 100 centimeters. Mine kills things smaller than 40, so really small. But if he kills something, he also gets a rat. So
Oh. So he kills a bird and gets
it's a
more
rat
food.
if it's small. Yeah, so it's like double points if it happens.
So it's like he kills something that maybe had a rat in its mouth.
Or in its stomach. And
Or in its-
eviscerates it, pulls it out, and says, I want that.
It's disgusting.
What do you need? You need to separate.
Stop it.
All right, my last turn, I'm going to get food. I'll take the rat and fish.
Both of them?
Yeah, I'm fine with that.
Okay.
And then,
So I'm going to go ahead and reroll.
What's the last?
I guess you can.
Doesn't matter.
And then I copy.
I just want to do it. I just want to
Fair
use the dice tower. It's so cute.
Yeah, here's your worm. So now both.
Thank you!
Okay, and I believe that ends round 1. That's a lot of nectar.
That is a lot of nectar.
Good
All right.
roll.
Okay, so
Round 1 complete.
all right, so end of round reference comes with the expansion. Just for ease of use. All right, so use round end bird powers at playing with the European expansion. We did not include any European expansion cards in this. So discard any unused nectar. That's when you would have found out about it.
Surprise!
Okay, so score end of round goal. Our end of round goal for round 1 was worms in your food cost.
I did not even pay attention to that.
Neither did I. I had 1.
4. So
That's good.
yeah, that's great.
How did you?
But you know, there was a feat that you could take in the old D20 Star Wars role-playing game called Better Lucky Than Good. I've taken that feat.
Yes, you have.
Better lucky than good.
I was trying and I only got 2. So my birds just didn't have worms.
Okay, remove all the action.
I got worms.
I got worms.
Okay, 4, remove all action cubes. So I'll take these back. Alright, discard and replace all the cards in the bird tray. And then number 6 is at the conclusion of the game. So we'll skip that. The end of round goal for round 2 is the beak pointing to the left. So, all right, you've already got 3.
Is that one pointing? No, he has 2.
Big number 2.
Pointing to the left.
All right.
I wonder how many beaks are pointing to the left versus right in the deck. Like if it's pretty equal.
Fitty.
I'd guess it's about,
About equal.
Yep. All right. So I think first player actually moves. So Dallas is first player this round.
All right. I've got a lot of worms, but I have no eggs, so I need to go get eggs. So we'll start off by grabbing some eggs here. I'm going to spend an extra worm to get a 3rd egg. I'm going to activate my gray butcher bird. Is it tiny? It is 73 centimeters, so nope. And then I activate this one. I discarded my egg already. No, I didn't. It's right here. Discarded my egg to draw 2 birds. And take this one and a blind one. Ooh, that's cool. I'm not going to tell them, but look how cool that one is. Can you see it? I want to make that just because it's cool.
Dude, there's an emu out there.
And so I am going to take it.
You're taking the emu?
Yep, that's going to be my one. And I'll show, because this is a good example of a flightless bird. And instead of the wingspan centimeters.
Who sings Flightless Bird?
I didn't know.
There's a song, right?
Iron and Wine.
Iron and Wine, yeah, that's right. That's right.
I am going to grab some food. So I'm going to go here and I'm going to get a couple of nectars. And then I am going to activate my Regent Bowerbird. So I get to choose another player and we both gain a worm from the supply. This is really difficult. Nick, go ahead and get a worm.
Yay. I really love being the 3rd player. Alright, I'm going to build a bird. Let's build it. Let's build it. Sorry.
You said that it reminded me of Build-A-Bear.
Build a bear, but also I was thinking of Word World, which, you know, when you've got little kids, it's just in your head.
Say that really fast.
Word World.
Woodward.
Woodward.
World.
I am playing Lincoln's Sparrow, and I will play it in the forest. So it costs me an egg, and a wheat, and a worm.
Okay, I'm going to. Are you done?
Yeah.
Their turn? Okay. I'm going to play a bird, and you'll never guess what I'm going to play.
What are you?
Is it Blue Emu?
Yep. So I'm going to play the emu. I'm going to put him in the water. He's going to be a water bird.
A water emu.
Yep. So it costs a wheat, a worm, and a berry. I do not have a berry, but I do have 2 resources that I will convert into a berry. And when it is activated, I will get to gain all of the wheat and keep half of it and choose how to distribute the remainder among other players.
All of the wheat in the thing?
Yep. Okay. All of the wheat that are in the bird feeder. No, when activated. I didn't activate it, I just threw him in there.
I was showing you what would have happened had he activated it.
And I'm showing.
Now we know.
And I'm showing how I audit even myself to make sure that play is fair.
This is true. I have no cards, no bird cards, so I need to go down here and grab some more cards.
You think you have enough food though?
I have enough food. I'm going to go ahead and draw 3 cards because I can use one of my nectars to draw a 3rd card. So I'm going to spin my nectar here and...
Does it go there?
Spent nectar goes there.
Spent.
Okay. I thought it was when you're just for the cost of the bird, not whenever you're doing it for that. That's fine. You know, you guys read the rules. Probably right.
That's how we play.
We're gonna put a call in to Stonemeyer, and they'll let us know. They'll let us know how it went.
But we've called on our judges to make a ruling.
Yeah.
So
okay.
We'll
I am so
the
sorry.
lingering question, which we will answer, is
I need to see what
when
these do.
you use a nectar to pay for the extra card, does that count as spending a nectar in the habitat? If I were doing a secret ballot, it would go like this.
These are expensive.
Can you tell what I'm doing?
No.
It's a secret ballot.
Oh, I see now.
Yeah. You can never tell if it's this way or this way, unless you make it obvious.
I don't know. I would say yes. I would say that
it does count.
I would say yes.
Okay, so I'm going to grab the Western Meadowlark and 2 more cards just off the top.
Okay, so I'm not going to replace it. I think she's got some more draw things.
Oh.
So
yes, I do. So I can tuck up to 3 cards. And if I tuck 1, I get a wheat.
Oh, you're not actually getting any more cards though, right? So I guess we can. Refresh.
Bye-bye.
That's good.
Yeah. A little too high pitched for me at the end.
I'm not going to do that. And then we all gain a fish from the supply. Oh, sorry.
Free fish. All right, that's me, isn't it?
Okay.
We have had a ruling that it is good to go. It does go into the spent area for the water.
Okay.
The wetland. What's it called? Is it wetland?
That's what I think is...
The pond?
Yeah.
The creek. Up the creek.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I will go get some more food because I don't have the food that I need. And there's a lot of nectar out here. So I'm going to grab 2 nectar, which I will spend before the end of the round. And I will activate my Lincoln Sparrow, which moves it to another area.
Oh, nice.
Then I choose another player. They get a wheat. Your turn. And here I get to cash a wheat from the supply. And that's it.
Okay, I'll go ahead and have you re-roll.
I don't know why I shook them. The dice tower does that.
Habit.
All right, I'm going to get food. And so I'll take both nectars. And then I get a worm and I get to give a worm. There.
4 in a row.
I gave you something earlier, didn't I? No, you gave something to me. Never mind.
You gave me help with the rules. I'm not sure that counts as a gift.
I was being nice.
Mm-hmm. So
I was trying.
I appreciate you.
Are you finished?
Yes.
Okay.
I'm done.
Okay, I'm going to play a bird. And this is the cutest bird ever. Can you show them?
Okay.
A cerulean warbler. Did he just so precious?
Cerulean. Now that's from Cerulean City, right?
I don't know.
Fair enough.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Pokemon.
Oh, Pokemon.
It's good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's
also, Parrot's not in the game yet, but... So.
Okay, this little teeny guy, I have to pay, he goes in the forest, so I'm going to pay an egg for him, and a worm and a wheat. And whenever I play him, I get to draw 2 new bonus cards and keep 1.
All right. I'm going to go while you're deciding on that.
Yes.
Do you have anything else? No.
No.
I'm going to play a bird. I summon the sulfur-crested cockatoo. It's just a cool bird. Sulfur-crested cockatoo. So I'm going to spend a wheat and a nectar. The nectar goes there, the wheat goes there, and my egg. And we are good on that one. I don't really like his ability, though. When activated, I can tuck a card underneath him, and if I do, everybody gets a nectar.
Yes. I like it. I like his ability.
What you do.
All right, am I up?
Yarp.
Okay, so I'm going to use one of the new aspects here. I'm going to pay a resource to reset. So all those go away.
I'll help you out here.
And those are the new ones there. Then I get to pick 2. So I'll take the hawk. A hawk, I guess. Because there's a word that I'm not going to try to pronounce.
Let me try. Nope.
I want to try. I want to see.
Ferruginous. Butio regalis is the Latin. Ferruginous. It's a type of metal, I believe. Ferruginous metal.
Okay, it's obviously ferruginous.
Bueller's Day Off. Yes.
I bet it's ferruginous. Ferruginous?
Yes, Ferruginous hawk.
They're kind of cheap. They don't like to spend their money.
So I did that. And then my emu power is I get all of the wheat, and there's only 1, so I get to keep it.
You get half a wheat.
I gather all of it, I round up.
You get to round up?
Okay, so gain all the wheat in the bird feeder, keep half, round it up, then choose how to distribute the remainder.
Okay.
So
I'll take the extra. Thank you.
Nice. Okay, I am going to play another bird, and so I'm going to lay my egg and put my western meadowlark in my grasslands. Okay.
I need eggs, so I'm going to get some eggs, and I'm going to discard this card to get an extra one because I need more. I'll take 3 eggs. Activate this bird, it moves up to the forest. Activate this one. Draw a card, hope it's tiny. It is not tiny. This is never going to work out for me. And my Kildor, I get to... Kildirt. Talking is hard, okay? I discard an egg in order to draw 2 bird cards. So what do we have here? You can go ahead and go. I'm just... Ooh, I'll take that.
Okay, while you're doing that, I'm going to go ahead and play a bird. And I am going to spend both of my nectar to do so. And an egg. And my hawk goes in. And so when it is activated, I roll all the dice not in the bird feeder and keep all the rats.
That's my hawk impersonation.
Isn't a hawk more like a caw?
That's a crow, but close. Very close. They look alike. As in they're both birds. Have beaks and wings.
Did you know
No.
that... Wait, I think I'm going to say something wrong. Is it a group of crows is a murder?
Yes.
Okay. Mm-hmm. Happy Halloween. I don't know. Okay, I'm gonna go get lay some eggs. So, I'm gonna grab 2 eggs here. And then I could trade a card or a resource for another egg. So I'm gonna go ahead and trade a fish for another egg. And then whenever I activate my Meadowlark, all players lay 1 egg on any bird with a nest that looks like a circle with 7 eggs inside.
The enclosure, like the rock cluster.
Yes.
Cluster nest, right?
The enclosure.
Cluster, I don't know. Yeah. Do I have one of those? I do!
So if you have one of those, you can lay 1 egg on it.
Oh, cool. I'll pick a yellow one.
So, and then I may lay 1 egg on 1 additional bird with that nest.
Okay.
And then my other bird here, I gain 1 wheat from the supply. Okay.
Okay, I will activate my forest. I get 3 things out of here. I will take a worm. I will re-roll the rest. Now, you almost tricked me into that. You were like, hey, get more nectar. But it's almost the last round, so I'm only going to get 1 more nectar. And I will get a wheat for the other. Then I activate my Lincoln Sparrow. It moves back to the prairies. I activate my sulfur-crested cockatoo. But I am not going to tuck a card on it. I don't want... I don't want you to have it. Choose another player. We both gain a wheat. Just going back and forth here. And then I gain a wheat and cash it.
Ooh.
That's all.
Okay. I am going to get birds. And I'll take these 2.
It's the only drawing you're doing this turn?
And then gain all the wheat that are in it. So
There's just 1.
Lewin's Honey Eater and Carolina Chickadee.
I'm guessing that's not an Oceania.
Probably not.
From East
Okay,
Carolina.
I'm good.
Okay, I am going to play a bird, and I am playing my great crested flycatcher. And so that will cost me an egg and a caterpillar and a berry, but I'm going to use one of my nectars. Oops. My nectars. And that's...
I'm playing a bird in the forest. I'm going to play my hooded warbler, which really looks like he's wearing a hood. That's just great, isn't it?
Does he really? Let me see.
Yeah, it looks like,
Yeah.
either that or it looks like James
Aw.
Harden with the beard. Almost beard-like. Okay, so that cost me 2 eggs and 2 worms, but I'm going to use 2 nectar instead.
Okay. For my final turn this round, I'm going to play a bird. And I am going to play one of the Australian birds, the Australian reed warbler. And it costs a worm, but when I play it, and it costs an egg.
Oh, thank you.
When I play it, I can play another bird in the, I should have gone in here, sorry. In the water area. I pay its normal cost, but it's at a 1 egg discount. So I'll play this one for no eggs. And I will pay a wheat.
Song Sparrow.
It's a song sparrow. When activated, if this bird is to the right of all the other birds in its habitat, move it to another habitat.
I've been using that to great effect.
Yep.
I just want to say. I feel like maybe you were
Your
jealous of
wetlands
that,
are
and you were like,
lonely.
hey,
I was
I don't
waiting.
need wetlands. I have not needed it because I get cards from my egg row.
Mm-hmm. Your egg row?
Egg row.
Egg row? Okay, I need more cards again. So I am going to go here, and I am going to spend an egg to get a 3rd card, and I am going to get 3 off of the top. And then whenever I activate this, I can tuck up to 3. I want to do that. Some of these are so cute. Oh, I like that one. That one's a maybe.
I'd really like one more action this round. Twice.
I know.
Which, that's always a fun, not a fun feeling, but it's like, that's a good feeling, I think, in a game when it's like, oh, I'm so close to doing something cool. Yeah. I mean, luckily we're halfway done, but
Yeah.
I'm going to go ahead and tuck these two behind here, and I'm going to gain a wheat right here, and then we all get a fish.
Looks like you got a lot of cards tucked there.
it does. All right, that's the end of the second round. So we are going to do cleanup of this round, set up the next one. Good to go. All right, round 3. Let's do this thing.
All right, so I started. I am going to take some birds. I'm going to take that raven, and I will take, I'll just draw blind. Okay, activate this. This bird is to the right of all of the birds. Move it to another habitat. I'm going to move it up here, and then gain all of the wheat, and there is one. Okay.
Hey, penguin.
Wait,
There's
what?
a
Little
penguin.
penguin.
Is it the
It's a
Oceania?
What?
It's
Let's
a
see.
little penguin.
Yeah,
That is super cute.
it is.
I'm playing a
There's a
bird.
penguin,
Playing a bird. Okay,
and it is called the little penguin.
nice. I'm going to get
The little penguin.
eggs. So I will take the 3 eggs by spinning one of these free fish I keep getting. And I will then move my sparrow. That's moving on thing. Let's see what I
Your
get
forest
here.
is full of stuff.
Are you kidding me? It has to be smaller than 40. 41. This is how that's how it works. It's how the game get rid of an egg, and I draw 2 cards.
There's a
I want
black
this just
swan
because
out
it's
here.
awesome.
There's a black swan. Did you guys ever see that movie?
Yes.
I did not.
With Natalie Portman, and she's the ballerina.
But
And
no.
it's like, and she dances to Swan Lake.
No. It's your turn.
Yes.
I mean, I know what you're talking about. I just had no interest in watching that movie at all. Like,
Well, I mean, just trying to make
episode
conversation.
1 came out in my prime for me to think that Natalie Portman was like the pinnacle of female perfection.
Oh, I was like, episode 1 of what?
But
Good eggs.
have we met?
Did you like
but-
Natalie Portman in that?
Well, I mean, I was
She was the pinnacle of everything.
yeah, a female. Yeah. But episode 2, there's a scene where she's running on the sand, and I didn't realize that you could be bad at acting like you're running. Is that it? I don't know.
Like,
I don't know.
how so? I am
It's
getting
just kind of
cards,
a-
by the way.
You're up.
I know, I'm getting cards.
I don't know. It's a thing. And then there also she really lost me with, was it Garden State?
Oh,
She's
man, that is such a great movie.
Well, there's a scene in it though where he shoots an arrow up in the air, straight up. Right? You do your turn. You do your turn. Arrow straight up in the air, and then they do this, like they're gonna dodge it. Like, run away! Why are they doing this? It doesn't even make any sense. Run away! It just obviously it was scripted to stay. You got to stay in the shot, but act like you're dodging something. I don't know why, but it was just like I was done with Natalie Portman at that point in my life. So I moved on. I've moved on.
All right.
Oh man.
I'm checking this one and getting
Also,
a
I
wheat,
got
and then
married.
everybody get a
So I guess that's part of it. I have a wife.
everyone get a fish. Dallas, it's your turn.
Hey, you get a fish. Hey, look at that.
Hey, you know what though? As far as movie soundtracks go, Garden State
It is
is
one of them.
the best. No, so good.
Okay.
The Shins,
I'm playing a bird.
Frou Frou.
I had shin splints in high school. I'm playing My Little Penguin.
I love
You
that
gave me
soundtrack.
the fish that I needed to play My Little Penguin. I feel like I won. Just because
Hey.
I have the cutest card.
Did you know that your little penguin can dive 50 meters to catch fish? I read that on the card earlier.
Playing a bird.
So
I'm proud of your reading.
well, you said penguin
new?
and fish, and it's like it's a new one. It's and he's so
50
adorable.
meters though. 50 meters.
How many miles is that?
That's like 70 miles.
Just kidding.
70 European.
We know it's not. We're not
70
done.
European miles though, which are shorter than American miles.
This is not even Europe. Oceania.
Oh right. My bad. Is it your turn?
Oceania. No, it's Nick's turn.
Nope, it is not. It is your turn.
Oh.
That's how it goes, isn't it?
You know what I'm gonna do, Dallas?
I don't. I have no clue what you're gonna do.
Oh, that wouldn't be a very smart move. Well, I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna play my Black Swan just because I like Natalie Portman, and that movie she did a fantastic acting job.
I can't think of any other movies with Natalie Portman.
Professional.
I never saw that.
No, I didn't either, but it exists.
Garden State.
I'm going to play a bird.
And Black Swan.
Red-headed woodpecker. Red-headed woodpecker.
I feel like she was in something with
the other Boleyn girl.
Didn't see that either.
That goes there, and I pay all these things.
No, she was in Thor, wasn't she?
Oh yeah. She plays Jane.
Whoops. Okay.
Here we go.
My go.
Well, and she's coming back for the next Thor.
Yeah.
So that'll be interesting.
Take this bird, and then I'll blind draw. Let's see. Nothing. Gain all the wheat. There's no. Okay, I'm done.
I think.
Will you flip over another bird card so I can look and see what?
COVID is bad.
Yeah.
But a year without a Marvel movie, this is the first time in 19 years that there hasn't been a Marvel movie. Isn't that right? Something like that.
It's still not as bad as COVID.
An MCU.
I didn't say it was. I said COVID is bad. I led with that.
Okay.
COVID is bad.
And,
okay.
Not but.
And also, a year without
bad?
Marvel makes it exacerbates things.
Without MCU. Because we did have New Mutants.
Everyone lay an egg on a bird with the cluster nest that's enclosed.
Everyone lay an egg on it?
Yes. And then I get a wheat from the supply. No, it has been a kind of a dry season as far as movies go. So
4 thingies. One, I'm going to re-roll all these.
what movie did we watch recently? Oh, Enola Holmes. That was decent.
Yeah. I better spend all these. I just got 4 nectar in one go.
How did you get 4 nectar? Oh.
Because I'm really good at this game. Tucked one from your... No, I don't want to do that. We get... Who am I on? I think it's your turn for the wheat.
All right.
And a wheat for here.
Am I up?
Yep.
Playing a bird. So it cost me 2 eggs. Another 2 eggs. And that is it. Oh,
no,
I gotta pay my resources. So it costs 2 rat, but I'm gonna spend 2 worms and 2 fish to make up for it. All right.
Okay, I'm going to play a bird too. I'm playing the cockatiel. And so I'm going to play an egg for him and wheat.
Okay, I have to get birds. And I need to get a really expensive bird because I got to get rid of this nectar now. So let's get some birds. The magic way, by getting eggs. I'm going to get birds by getting eggs. So we do that. Move him. I'm going to move him down here. Gain a wheat from the bird feeder. There's none. Check a card. That is huge. That is a massive bird. I am not eating that bird today. That has yet to work for me. Discard an egg to draw 2 birds. I'm going to take this one and this one. And refill it there. Your go.
All right. I am not going to do what I thought I was. I'm going to get eggs. So I'll take 3 yellow ones.
I think this bird was misassociated with Oceania. Brolga. I'm pretty sure that's a Russian bird.
What is it? Let me see.
Brolga.
Brolga.
Eat that
It
bird.
sounds like a Russian bird.
Discard.
Brolga.
I do not want to
Looks
do
like a, what's its factoid at the bottom?
Will you hand me the 3 rolled dice? Thank you.
No.
They're famous for their elaborate mating dances.
Okay,
There
well.
we go.
You asked. You asked.
Okay, that.
So you rolled and what'd you get?
Nothing. I only get to keep rats.
Okay.
So I did not get any.
Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and get some more eggs. And I am going to give a wheat for an
I kind of
extra
don't
egg.
like that a lot of the new birds help other players. Because I'm not really into helping other players.
It did increase player
interaction. Okay.
I'm going to give a fish for another egg.
Oh, I thought you meant to.
And I am going to move it over here. Whenever I activate this bird, I can discard a wheat to choose a bird from the tray and tuck it behind here. So I am going to choose,
You're not using the bird, so it doesn't really matter.
I know. Whoa, that one doesn't cost anything. I'm gonna choose this one.
Okay.
And tuck it behind here. And then I get to, we all get to lay an egg on a cluster bird.
I keep losing my cluster bird. Oh, I'm going to put it on my little penguin.
And then I also get to lay another
Little
egg on an
penguin
additional
egg.
cluster bird. I don't think I did that last time, but that's okay. And then I gain
There's
a wheat from the
wild
side.
nest, so I can treat it as anything. That little penguin's got a wild nest. Wild. All right, I'm going to play a bird. I'm going to play my final bird in the forest. I'm going to pay all 3. Oh, that doesn't go there. That goes here. I almost gave that straight away. That's my go. That's the round.
That's round.
All right.
Okay.
Okay, so the round 3 in scoring was the nests built into a tree. Like a woodpecker.
Okay. I got 4.
Oh, I got to pay eggs. Hey, you're supposed to be auditing me. I didn't pay my eggs
No,
for
I
that.
was going to get
2 eggs. 2 eggs.
Thank you, Judge.
We got a sideline judge over there that was like,
How many eggs do you have in a tree? 0? No, he has 1.
eggs in a what now?
Tree.
Eggs in a tree. I don't have any.
You're
Oh,
right
in a
here.
tree hole.
here.
The Japanese flag.
Right there. Yep.
Japanese flag.
You got it. So you got 1.
You have 2.
He has 2?
1 here, 1 there. He has 3.
You have to have eggs.
You have to
in
have
it.
eggs in it with an
I've
egg.
got 2. I've got 2
got
because
2.
this is a wild. I got 2.
Okay.
That was difficult to figure out.
Okay, all right, on to round 4. Becky, you're starting, and this is the last round.
Okay, so each round gets shorter.
So
Ish.
the round 4 goal is...
We have less turns, I
Fewer
guess.
actions
Fewer
available.
actions.
Round 4 end goal is food in your personal supply.
And now going out of bounds will stop the clock.
Going out of okay.
Sports.
Sports jokes. Okay, I need more
And
cards.
then I
so
pretty
I'm
much
gonna
only
go
do sports
here.
for fantasy football. You put the word
And-
fantasy in anything, and I'm in. Like it's, what are things we could put fantasy in front of that would make it immediately better?
Factory.
Fantasy Factory. That does sound awesome. I want to go to that factory. Fantasy Factory.
Well, it was a show, wasn't it?
Oh, was it? Okay.
Yeah, Robin Big.
Rob Deerdeck.
Yeah, Fantasy Factory.
He has like ridiculousness now or something like that.
Yeah. It's like America's Funniest Home Videos for... It's like a baby between America's Funniest Home Videos and Jackass.
Hey.
Oh, family show.
Jack Booty.
Yeah.
We, yeah, that's what I think. So I grew up in a relatively conservative home, but my cousins, they were even more so in terms of things you couldn't say. Like there were things that you're just not allowed to say, including like,
Everyone gets a fish.
yes, B-U-T-T was not allowed.
Okay.
That's a pretty common one, but F-A-R-T was not allowed.
Oh, I don't like
cousin's
that one
house.
either
It's
in
not,
our
a,
house.
it's not a fun word, but it wasn't allowed. It was expressly forbidden.
Mhm.
So, you know what they said instead? It was
Poof.
close. Air biscuit.
That somehow sounds grosser.
It's so much worse.
That sounds
It's so
awful.
much worse.
My sister-in-law called it poo-poo wind.
That's pretty bad.
Should be like, did you poo-poo wind?
So were they like who air biscuited?
I had one of these left over last round that I didn't get rid of.
Okay.
Auditing myself there.
Who
I'm
air?
gonna take a rat. Yes. Yeah, pretty much.
Who air
And then
biscuited?
for my fourth one, I'll roll.
Like, how do you use the past?
This is quality entertainment.
How do you use the past tense of that? Air biscuited?
I had a different cousin that would say, "Who windied?" Who windied? It was always good.
You good?
Yes.
I'm getting
I mean,
eggs.
I need to do all these things, I guess. I'm skipping that. Wheat for you, wheat for me, and wheat for my birds.
Got eggs. When activated, look, and if it's under 75, it is not under 75. I can discard an egg for 2 resources. I'll go ahead and do that. Take 2 fish. Roll all the dice not in the feeder.
This is a horrible part of a game for me.
I actually got a rat. Look at that.
1 in 6 chance and made it happen. Better lucky than good.
And then finally, look.
Why is it a horrible part of the game?
Like when you get to the point of the game where you're feeling really confident.
Are you confident right now?
Yeah, I am. I'm feeling really confident. And anytime I feel confident, it's like, probably shouldn't be.
You're doing really well on your nectar.
Probably shouldn't
in
be.
the forest.
Your nectar in the forest is... You're going to get
I've also
those
got
5
a lot
points.
of high point birds. A lot of high point birds. So
All right, back. You're up.
You do have a lot of high point birds.
Yeah.
There's a lot to keep track of in this game. That's why I like it. Okay, so I'm going to get 3 more cards. I'm going to go ahead and grab just 3 blank ones. Will you just grab me 3 blank ones?
So, on the topic of bird stuff, favorite movie with a bird reference?
not the birds. Like,
Not the
I watched
You
that
can say
way
the
too
birds.
young.
Favorite movie with a bird
Oh, you're
reference?
saying not the birds.
Yeah, the birds movie. I didn't. Yeah, I was exposed
Okay,
to that
these
too
are
young. and
those are game end, so I can tuck up to 3 cards from my hand behind this bird, and if I tuck, I get
Yeah,
gain
we
at least
know.
1 from
terrible.
What was the guy's name in Over the Top? What was Sylvester Stallone's character's name?
Hawk.
Hawk.
Does that
Yeah.
count? Because his name is Hawk.
It's my game, my
Oh,
rules.
fair enough. Okay. I'm going to play another bird.
Everybody
Oh,
gets a fish.
before that, I get my free fish. I'm going to play a bird in the water, and it costs me an egg, and I'm going to pay all 3 of these. Call that good.
Okay. You will soon see a theme. I'm going to get eggs.
Throw them at people.
Take the
Whoa,
olds.
hey.
Alright. Alright. I will activate, see if it's under 75. It is. I am not going to discard. I will roll to see if I get another rat.
You do.
I do not. And then if it's under 100, I tuck. It is
That has worked out well for you.
100.
What do you have, like 12 cards stuck under there?
I hope so. I need those points. Back, you're up.
Okay, I'm going to go ahead and grab 2 eggs. And I'm going to pay a resource, 2 resources, to grab 2 more eggs.
Yep.
I am going to weigh my eggs. Hang on. And
I feel like I
then
peeked too
whenever I activate this, I discard a wheat to choose a card from the top. From the tray, sorry, from the tray. I'll do the rainbow lorikeet
That's so pretty.
and put it
though.
behind. I know it's
Kill
beautiful.
it.
I'm gonna kill him. Put it behind
Pheasant.
this.
Cow.
All players lay 1 egg on a cluster nest.
I don't know why I keep reaching for that. I'm just.
And
following
then
what's the end round
I
goal
can
this
also
time?
lay an additional
It
egg on
is
an additional cluster nest
food
bird.
in
So
your
I'm gonna do my
personal
box
supply.
1.
It is. So, it is actually
And
part of
then
the
I
European
gain-
expansion.
We just left that in accidentally.
Yeah, so we did mix in some of the European expansion.
Apparently.
Okay, can I just point out, I have, like, in my engine, I have a card that I discard a wheat to choose a card and tuck it behind a bird, but then I also, in my engine, have one that I get to gain a wheat. so it's like I never lose it.
Maybe wait to brag until we've counted scores.
Oh, okay.
But that's great.
That's like an engine. That's
it's a good engine.
Engine thing.
Now, if you
I'm probably gonna lose, but what?
What?
What'd you say? Gain the wheat first.
Yeah.
That would have been better. I didn't get it first.
So I'm gonna pay 2, so I get 4 of these things here, and then I get to gain a wheat and cash it on this card. I do. Okay, tiny bird. Boom. Nope.
No.
That's yet to work. Was that one?
Yet to work.
And I will discard an egg to draw 2 birds. The forest birds are not helping me at this point. I'm just going to go double blind. That's it for me.
Okay. I'm going to get more eggs. And I will do what I should have been doing, which is discarding to get an additional 4th egg. So, how many times did I cost myself a point there?
Twice.
Yeah. So if I lose by 2.
Asterisk.
Yep. Alright, activate. Look, if it's under 75, it is under 75. I do not want to discard any eggs. Roll. Use dice. I actually get another rat. Rats are what helped me win. And under 100, it is under 100. Okay.
Every time. Every time.
Beck, you are up.
Okay, I'm going to draw 3 cards off the top.
Oh.
Thank you.
Yep.
I'm going to tuck 2 of these behind this guy right here and gain a wheat. And then everybody gets a fish.
Hooray! And there was much rejoicing. My go?
I believe so.
My go, I believe so. Right, I'm going to get eggs. I was going to do something else, but then I decided not to. So, we'll do that. I'll get 4 eggs. Sure capacity. Gain a wheat from the bird feeder. There's none. Tiny bird. Tiny bird!
It's a tiny bird! You got it, finally!
Tiny bird. He eats it, and I get a rat to cash. And I can discard to draw 2. I will do that. You can discard an egg, draw 2 birds.
Okay, I'm going to play a bird. Now here, it costs a wheat. It also costs 2 eggs. But when it is played, I can discard up to 6 food, and I get an egg for each discarded food. So I will discard 3.
That's nice for the in-game goal, the in-round goal of having extra food.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
You got a lot of fish over there. Have you just kept every fish that Becca has given you this game?
Pretty much. I don't think I've spent a fish yet. So,
He's trying to get this.
Yeah. But it's all free fish that you've given him.
points are good things to get in this game.
I mean, agree to disagree.
All right, so
Anhinga.
I'm just gonna go ahead and grab 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So I'm gonna go ahead and grab 4 eggs.
Woo.
Sorry.
You're good.
And you started this round, so this is your last turn, right?
Mm-hmm. Okay, so discard a wheat and draw from the tray and tuck it. It's just 1.
Oh, from the tray.
From the tray. Yep. All players lay 1 egg on any of the birds with the cluster thingy, which I cannot do because all of mine are maxed out.
Oh, snap.
Wait, nope. Except for this one. Thank you, cockatiel.
That's not a cluster nest.
No, it's not. Just kidding.
That's a Japanese flag.
Just kidding. Yeah, I can't do that. Okay, so then gain another wheat, which doesn't really matter. So
feel like it's the same thing, so I'm gonna play a bird. No, because that's gonna cost me eggs. It's just at this point, I might as well just keep getting eggs. So I'm gonna discard 2 bird cards to get 4 eggs. 1, 2, 3, 4. Just put them all over the place. You get an egg. You get an egg. You get an egg.
You have a lot of eggs, Dallas.
No wheat available.
So do you, Nick.
Tiny bird, tiny bird, tiny bird. Not a tiny bird. All right.
I feel like Michael Keaton was in a movie that had bird in the title.
Birdman.
Is that was
Literally.
the name of it? Birdman?
Birdman.
Yeah.
And Lady Bird, that had Saoirse Ronan and Timothy Chalamet.
Okay.
Look at me nailing these foreign actors.
So,
Like, names, their names.
cool. The rating on this thing just...
Wait, is it
changing.
it's Saoirse, right?
Took a turn.
Saoirse? No, Saoirse Ronan.
I don't know what you're talking about.
I've never seen either.
Ronan the Accuser.
I can't think of any other bird movies.
I'm pretty sure Roman the
Lee
Accuser.
Pace.
Wing. I feel like there's something with wing in it.
Span is the name of this game. It's good.
What about songs with birds?
That Freebird.
Birds of a feather?
You're just saying things.
What about
Let's
just
say-
sayings with
let's
birds?
say the word bird.
The Jackson 5 had a song about a bird, right?
Yeah.
Rock and Robin.
Oh,
Tweedly deedly dee.
Tweedly.
Yeah. That's exactly what they sound like.
Yes.
too.
That's one of my favorite Office episodes. Whenever he hides his phone in the ceiling, and remember, in it like the ringer starts going off, and it's like tweedly. You know what I'm talking
I
about?
don't even think
I
she
do.
knows we just
We
finished the
are
game.
finished with the game.
Oh, yay!
So we will do our end of round scoring, and we will score. We'll come back, reveal the winner. We'll also kind of give our we will give
Final
our
thoughts.
on the expansion. So we will be right back.
After these messages, we'll be right back.
Tweet. Okay, and the winner is
Woodpecker.
Dallas
Dallas
with
won.
96 points.
No, 95.
95.
Yeah, 95. Becca had 86. I had 84.
But you may have had 2 extra, remember?
For
Those eggs that you didn't give yourself that you could have.
oh yeah.
Remember, so you may have beaten Becca.
So we could have
Could've-
tied,
yeah.
and I was supposed to give myself 1 bonus point for being the only person to wear a bird shirt.
right.
So I scored 87.
What?
Yeah.
Mm.
I still won, but you know. I
Final
think
thoughts?
the thing is, like, Wingspan's a fun game. I'm not sure that this adds like, oh, this is, you have to have it because it changes the game so much. It's still a fun game. I went after birds that were worth a lot of points, and that's how I won, basically. I do think I like this player board better. I like the options that it provides better.
I like that too.
So I agree with you in part, and I disagree in part, because I think it does add enough difference, because the reason Becca got second place over me was her in-game cards, which are a part of the Oceania expansion. So I think you got 3 extra points.
Yeah.
Yeah, you got 3 bonus points.
It could have
at the end
been
of the
more,
game.
but I had maxed out my eggs, so.
And you only beat me by 2. So that literally was the difference between second and third place was the end game. I think it does add a little more interaction between players. I mean, it's not a game that has a lot of player interaction anyway, but it does add that. It does. I kind of feel like I should always get nectar and always spend nectar.
Yeah, I liked the nectar.
Resources.
I did really like the nectar because it almost made the game a little bit easier. Which the most fun thing about this game is putting your birds out there. Like, even if you're losing, it's enjoyable to put the birds out there, and the nectar helps you do that more easily, and therefore enjoy the game more. So, I agree. I do think it adds more to the game than the European expansion did, specifically. The European expansion added the end of round goals, which are interesting, but I don't feel like they had as much. I'm totally counteracting what I said earlier.
The end round bird goals,
right,
and the end round goals.
Right.
I like the nectar piece of it too. I did like that at the end of the round they have you clear the nectar like we told you, after the first round was almost over.
Well, it gives you a sense of urgency, which is kind of nice.
Yes. I feel like otherwise people would just be hanging on to Nectar for the entire game. So,
and I mean, Dallas, you scored 10 points off of Nectar, which, I mean, you subtract those 10, you don't win the game. You know, it's so I think that they're.
I would have found a different way.
So it does add. Yeah, I mean, it made enough to where it made a difference. I think for both of you.
I would say that this is your copy. Once I own my own copy of this, I won't ever take it out. Like I'll never separate it out. I'll always play with this expansion.
Yeah.
Like there's
okay. Yeah.
I would always keep it included.
Yeah.
I thought you meant like take it out of the box and play with it. And I was like, well, that's a waste.
I will buy it and never do anything.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I have a whole shelf of shame like that. It's not pretty.
Yeah. I don't know. I like the birds better. There's an airplane
crashing. No, I'll just have to cut it. Okay, sorry.
Where do we want to start?
I don't know.
With your last thought.
Okay. Are we back up and running? Okay. I like the expansion. I like the birds better, and that may be just because I don't see these birds on a regular basis. You know, I can't say that I've ever seen a little penguin where I live.
Did you see it? Did you see the little penguin? I mean, it is just.
He's adorable.
It's totes adorbs.
Yeah. So I mean, there are different birds. I like seeing those. I like reading about them. I really like the yellow eggs.
I don't know why. I just don't like that color.
The nectar. I don't know. To me, it's better than the taupe.
Yeah. Well, I never use it. I mean, I use the purple and the white, and that is all.
Yeah. I don't know. I like it. I do think it adds enough to justify having an expansion. You know, one thing that we've talked about with just expansions in general is try to play the game without using any of the aspects of the expansion and see if you can still win.
Right. Now, which we did that with Raiders.
Right.
Yeah.
Raiders. We've done that with King Domino as well. Was it or Queen Domino? Which one was it?
King Domino with the Age of Giants.
Yeah,
I don't know if you you want to ignore that. You want to get rid of the Giants as much as possible.
I can't remember which one. I may just be mixing stuff up, but yeah, I mean, whenever you could play the game without integrating any of the aspects of the expansion and still win, it really makes the expansion feel like it wasn't necessary. Yeah.
You can't play this game and ignore Nectar.
Yeah, you can't ignore Nectar. I mean, that could be a 15-point swing, which, I mean, 15 points for many of us, that would have changed the outcome of the game. The in-game scoring changed. It made somebody go from third place to second place. Yeah, I think there's a lot of aspects that it adds that you have to integrate in. So as far as expansions go, I think it adds. It doesn't change gameplay really at all, with the exception of storing Nectar. So you still get the feeling of the original game, but with just enough variety and newness to kind of revive it, especially if you've played it a lot with the base or even with the European. I think it changes things up enough.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I think that's probably all we have to say today.
Yeah.
You want to sign us off, Becca?
I sure will. This is Becca, Nick, and Dallas from 90 Second Nerd. We'll see you later. Don't forget to like and subscribe.